beginning of the World Endurance Championship, Centenary running of the 24-hour Le Mans, the 91st event that they've ran there for this event. This is round 4 of the World Endurance Championship around the famous course there of Le Mans. 38 turns of absolute mayhem and calamity. One of the very toughest races to win. Part of the Triple Crown there with the Indy 500, 10 Monaco Grand Prix, and the 24-hour of Le Mans. These are the races that you just want to win as a race car driver. I believe this is going to be an amazing event, especially through the nighttime. It's the most difficult part of the race. Driving through the nighttime there is very difficult, and the nighttime cycle lasts for a long time. So very challenging there, as if one mistake, your entire race is thrown away. Our favorites and dark horses for this event is going to be one to listen to for the hypercar, which this year is 16 entrances with 7 different manufacturers. For my favorite, I was going back and forth with this. Toyota won last year, the overall, which the hypercar divisions will be the overall winner this year. I was going back and forth in my head between Toyota, Ferrari, because they've been so fast through the first 3 rounds of World Endurance Championship. But my instinct just tells me that the Porsche 963s with Penske here, the number 6 Porsche Penske entry in particular with Estre, Latour, and Vanthroor is going to win for hypercar. Who do you have winning hypercar? And the overall?
I am purely picking this because of what I believe is driver talent and skill. So I'm going to go with Cadillac. I'm going to go with the teams of Bourdais, Van der Zandt, and Dixon.
That's a great lineup.
Dixon is an absolute legend in open wheel racing in America. You cannot deny his absolute pure raw talent that he has behind the wheel. Same with Van der Zandt, same with Bourdais. They all have absolutely amazing resumes when it comes to racing careers. And I think that they are going to project Cadillac to the front. I think, it's a 24-hour race. Anything's going to happen. But I think that these 3 drivers right here can overcome anything that gets thrown at them.
That's a great pick. I really wanted to pick them too, but with their devastating results so far this season through IMSA and the World Endurance Championship, I just couldn't pick them. I just couldn't. So now we'll pick our dark horses for hypercar. I went back and forth on this. I wanted to go Peugeot, the French manufacturer, in the French Le Mans race. I just wanted to, but I'm not going to. I'm going to take Action Express Racing, Whelen Cadillac to win this, or to be my dark horse here for a podium finish, just because I'm a huge fan of Durrani, Sims, and Aiken there in that 3-1-1 Action Express Cadillac. I believe that they are going to do great things and potentially get a podium in this race. Who do you have as your dark horse?
Dark horse for overall, man, I don't know. It's definitely going to be Glickenhaus. And I think that I'm going to go with the team of Romain Dumas, Oliver Pla, and Ryan Briscoe. And I'm saying that because I think Ryan Briscoe is just an absolute Chad when it comes to driver profiles and being a leader on a team. If anything, Briscoe's going to be the one to project that team to finish good or anywhere good on that grid.
Perfect. That's a great pick. All right, now we'll do our LMP2 picks in dark horses. My pick to win in LMP2, I'm going with Team Jota. I think that they are just going to be way dominant in this race, is barring anything going wrong, right? These are picks based upon how we feel like they're going to do. But like Tom said, 24-hour race, anything can happen. I'm going with Team Jota. Their lineup with Heinemeyer, with Rasmussen, and Fittipaldi is just absolute dominant lineup here in LMP2, and they've been so fast. They at any of the other World Endurance races so far this year. I think that they are going to take the crown in LMP2. Who do you have in LMP2?
Yeah, so I'm purely going off of this because I think that the people from this country, they're phenomenal race car drivers. So with that being said, I'm going to go with Alpine Elf Team with the drivers of, excuse me if I butcher this, but Valsiver, Malesi, and Canal. All French lineup, French manufacturer. I mean, you can't get more than an absolute dream team in LMP2. We usually see the French as the first people to wave the white flag, but not in racing. Not in racing. No, sir. These guys are going to pull something out, and I have a very good feeling.
Awesome. Okay. Well, now we're going to do our dark horses. For my dark horse, I'm taking Prima Racing's number 63 there with Pin, Kvyat, and Bortolotti there. I think that they are going to be your dark horse here in LMP2 for maybe a potential podium if everything goes right. And I mean, every driver on there is pretty much a dark horse in anything they've ever driven. So I feel like this is a good pick for a dark horse. Who do you got for your dark horse?
Yeah, for my dark horse, I've got Team WRT. These are with the drivers of Rue Andrade, excuse me, Louis Delatraz, and Robert Kubica. Legends, right? Robert Kubica still has some issues with his hand, but he proved it in F1 that he came back for a season with Williams. He did the job. He did a great job in a very struggling car. That is absolutely something to remember whenever Robert gets back into the car, is his time back in F1. He worked his way back up to the top. But not only do we have Robert Kubica, we have Louis Delatraz. That man is an absolute flyer as well. I mean, it also says that he's a gold star driver. I don't agree with that. I just want to throw that out there. But anyways, really just this team with Rue Andre, these guys have an absolutely awesome opportunity with Team WRT to come out and do something and turn some heads. I think this is the team to do it.
Yeah, that's a great pick. I just want to honorable mention, since neither of us took them, I just want to honorable mention Algarve Pro Racing there with George Kurtz, James Allen, and Colin Braun. I think that team is going to definitely be on a podium as long as everything goes right. So that's just a shout out there. Alrighty. Now for LMGTE here, my favorite is going to be the Richard Mille AF Course Ferrari, the number 83. They won the 6 hours at Spa with Luis Perez, Alessio Rovera, and Lilo Wado, which is a female driver, and I believe that they are going to win here in the 24-hour Le Mans as well. So who do you got as your favorite?
Yeah, that's a great choice right there, actually. But I'm going to go with GMB Motorsports. They've got Birch, Sorensen, and Moeller. All Danish lineup, Danish manufacturer. I'm doing the same thing as I did with LMP2 with the French. This time, just going with the Danish. I think that it's, again, a dream team for the Danish citizens. I think that is so cool to have. Not only, like if we had Cadillac, right, go into the race weekend, but then we got Alexander Rossi, we got Logan Sargent, and then we got Joseph Newgarden. That would be so awesome. Like, I am sincerely jealous of the French and Danish people or citizens right now, because I would be sitting there, with my foam finger and my red, white, and blue cowboy hat with a freaking bush light in my hand watching the Le Mans 24 hours. But that's why I'm choosing them. I think it's pretty cool that they have this opportunity. I think they're going to make the most of this opportunity and get a good result. I think that's my favorite. Yeah.
Alrighty. And now our dark horse in this series, or in the GTE, I'm going to go with the Iron Dames team here. It's an all-female driver lineup, which is extremely rare. They ran really good at Spa. They outperformed what I think any of the expectations were. This team is a definite long shot in general. And then the overbearing thought that it's an all-female driver lineup, so that even adds another layer of long shot to them. I believe that if everything goes right, at the end of the day, we might just look up at the scoreboard on June 11th at 4 p.m. Local time there in France, and we're gonna see the Iron Danes on the podium. Just a long shot choice there for me. I'd love to see it. It'd be a great storyline. So, who do you got?
Yeah, I got the same people. I mean, for the same exact reasons, we do not see this in any sort of WEC, IMSA, FIA racing. An all-woman lineup. I think that's great. I hope they can put on an amazing show, that they can last that 24 hours and be there at the end to get a great finish for the Iron Dames and their Porsche 911.
That would be just awesome. Imagine that.
It really would be.
Especially
really would
like
be.
all the storylines that we're getting out of the 24-hour Le Mans. It's insane. I mean, this is going to be an awesome race. Just a packed hypercar field, just a packed LMP2 field, packed GT field. Some of the greatest drivers in the world piloting these machines, and the most demanding race of the year. Just excitement.
I want to add one more aspect to this. With the innovative car, the Garage 56, the 24 stock car that's showing up to Le Mans this weekend. So out of the drivers, Jimmy Johnson, Mike Rockenfeller, and Jenson Button, who do you think is going to wreck the car first?
His name rhymes with Mimi Onsen, I think, is the guy I would predict to wreck the car. I mean, they better have like 3 cars, because I feel like if he has 3 stints, he'll wreck all 3 stints. He's like we mentioned with Graham Rahal. He's well beyond his driving years, and it's sad. It's really sad to see, and if I'm Jenson Button and Mike Rockenfeller, I'm like maybe trying to figure out how I can get a longer stint, you know?
Well, he's been a part of 3 races this year in the Cup Series and DNF'd out of all of them. You'd be crazy not to think that it'd be Jimmy Johnson making the wall making it his own. Well, he'll get a name. He'll get a corner named after him after this race.
Yeah, right. They'll put one of those bus stop chicanes and they'll name it the Johnson Corner. Yeah, I think they were talking to the head of this department there at Hendrick Motorsports, and they were asking her who was the faster driver out of them, and she wouldn't say. And LaJoy was actually asking, like, is it maybe Jimmy Johnson, Mike Rockenfeller? And she just went silent with this look on her face where you just knew it wasn't Jimmy Johnson, or she would have said it. So just let's hope that they've got enough equipment and parts where they can get it back out there to finish, because they're not racing anybody. This is just an experiment, a test. So their main goal should be to finish the race. They already won the pit stop challenge, exceeded all the expectations already. As long as they can finish 24 hours with a clean race car, I think that the mission would be accomplished. So that's
Absolutely.
exciting. Alrighty, I think that pretty much summarizes the Le Mans 24-hour race here. The Centenary event, just a big event to witness. Everybody should tune in. This is pretty much the culmination of all of motorsports in the world here.